Mas como eu tô com muita dor de cabeça, eu vou realizar novos exames aqui em Curitiba para poder identificar se eu tive alguma lesão mais grave na cabeça ou não. E esse foi o estrago causado ontem, falei.
Generalizada aí não. As duas equipes acabaram aí não.
Welcome, Duality 7Xers. Welcome. Holy smokes, man. The fight world is not slowing down, not even for a second. Not for me, not for you. Alex Pereira just clapped back at Ankalaev's camp, and he's pissed. I mean, these guys... Look, I've been talking about it a lot. You guys probably seen my video that I posted. Pereira and Ankalaev are probably not going to be sending Christmas cards to each other anytime soon. That, I can almost put a bet on it. All right, if BetMGM has got like a money line on that, then yeah, I'm betting on that. But look, he's actually hinting, and I'm talking about Pereira, he's actually hinting about moving up, making the jump to heavyweight. Now, at the same time, Wanderlei Silva just got hit with a huge suspension after that viral disqualification brawl that ended up in a very sickening knockout. You guys have, if you guys watched my last video, I featured Conor McGregor talking about how he wants $100 million to come back to the UFC, and then Jon Jones on the other side, who just wants to have an opportunity to compete again in the UFC, and then you have Wanderlei Silva, who's talking about wanting justice. Now, everybody knows he made his debut, his boxing debut, and he was disqualified with a lot of illegal headbutts and illegal knees. It ended up in a huge post-fight melee, which, you know, basically the camps for both of these sides came in, started fighting, and then he got knocked out really badly. It damaged his face, damaged his eye, jaw, everything. He's got like probably concussions and some other issues that he was kind of complaining about. So overall, it wasn't good. And he himself, obviously now, with the bad news that he had to suffer, he's actually slapped with some suspensions and probably some fines too. I would imagine there's some fines as well. And so anyways, these stories, guys, are not just headlines. They could actually shift the whole fight game as we know it, especially when we're talking about crossover events in a lot of major ways. So let's talk about it, guys. So welcome back to Duality 7X. I'm your host, Shiraz. If you guys are new here, we cover all the latest trending stories across the world of MMA, the UFC, boxing, and WWE. Now, pretty much anything related to combat sports, and if it's newsworthy, we're definitely going to cover it, guys. So I give you my honest takes. I mix in a little bit of speculation as well, and most importantly, I want to hear your opinions because your opinions matter. I love reading your guys' comments and your thoughts. So if you're into fight talk, you guys are definitely in the right place. Before I dive in, all I ask is if you're new here, please smash the like and subscribe. And let's dive in, guys. As they say, let's get it on. So let's talk about Alex Pereira. And he's responding to Ankalaev's coach. Yes, his coach. So let's start with that. And I mean, his name has been everywhere lately. You know, champ at light heavyweight, champion, defending like a beast, and now possibly making the jump to heavyweight. I personally want to see Pereira make the jump to heavyweight. I think he's an incredible striker. He's pound for pound, he's probably one of the best right now in the game. And if he thinks he can make that jump up, I think that's great. I mean, it takes it takes a heavy toll on somebody's body, and a lot of it's hard. It's not easy to just go from one division to another. But I think this could be a good move for him. Now, Ankalaev's coach recently made some waves talking about Pereira, saying that he doesn't even deserve to be in the cage with his fighter. Now, basically, they're dismissing Pereira's striking as one-dimensional, saying that Ankalaev is the more complete fighter. And now, guys, that's a pretty bold statement considering that Pereira's highlight reel is full of guys getting folded with one shot. And if you guys don't believe me, just guys, go on YouTube, Google it. You can see there's nothing but highlight reels of Pereira just flattening people to the canvas, and that's his bread and butter, guys. That's how he's made his cheddar. Now, this could all just be hot air. Obviously, these guys don't like each other, and the coach is just probably defending his fighter. But for the coach to get into it now and saying all these things, I hope this doesn't end up in a post-melee fight similar to what happened with Wanderlei Silva. Now, what about Pereira? How did he respond in this classic style? Now, calm, dead serious, no jokes, no trash talk back, just a quiet confidence that honestly makes him scarier than you know what, guys. Like, I mean, when you got a guy who's very stone cold and doesn't respond, and to the point where he's got like a poker face, that's scary. That in itself is super scary because you don't know what he's capable of doing when he gets into the octagon. And I mean, he doesn't need to sell the fight anymore, guys. I think the fight is selling itself. I think with all the drama and the hype surrounding UFC 320, I think everybody is going to be dialed in and everyone's going to want to watch this fight. But I always say it, guys, it's not just a main event. It's not just a main card. You also have to watch the prelims. There's a lot of exciting fights, that are happening on the prelims as well too. But going back to the story, we all know that Pereira is super dangerous. Okay, so a little bit of context here. Ankalaev is no slouch. He's 18-1-1, guys. He hasn't lost in years, and he's probably one of the most strategic, calculated fighters who literally grinds you up and down. He'll wrestle you, and he still packs a punch. So stylistically, this could be a huge, huge clash. Now, Ankalaev's camp knows that. They know what they have in their fighter. They know what this guy brings to the table, right? And this is probably why they're trying to rattle Pereira a little bit early. But is it necessary? I mean, I don't think so, right? I mean, right now they just need to focus on their fighter, and they need to focus that he's ready to go mentally. He's not only mentally but physically, he's ready to put it all on the line, because when these guys fight, this is not going to be a fight. This is going to be personal. I'm telling you guys right now. So here's where it gets fun. Pereira has been teasing, right? As we've been talking about it, we've been alluding to it. He's been teasing a move to heavyweight. Now just let that sink in for a second, guys, right? This guy is already a monster at 205, right? But against the big boys, I mean, we're talking about next level dream fights here. Now, just imagine Pereira taking on the likes of Jon Jones, right? Or Tom Aspinall, right? Who's a seasoned heavyweight himself, right? I mean, Pereira versus Stipe Miocic, right? I mean, even someone like Sergey Pavlovich. Like, these are names, guys, that put fear in other fighters. Like, these are solid, legit heavyweight fighters who could really end the fight with just one punch. Right? They're absolute bombs just waiting to go off. And I'm going to be real with you guys. Pereira moving up is a huge, huge risk. It's always a risk when anytime you have a fighter who wants to move up. But this guy's powerful. He's a true heavyweight. And this guy can absorb a lot of shots, right? So on the flip side, Pereira's precision is absolutely insane. And he doesn't just swing wild. He finds that one shot and then he folds you. Right? He puts you down. Honestly, I think he could hang with some of the top heavyweight echelon like right away. Right? So what if he wins a belt at heavyweight? Then how does the story go from there? That would probably make him one of the most dangerous, decorated fighters in the UFC history. And let's not forget, guys. This dude has already had belts across multiple divisions in Glory Kickboxing. So a double champ in the UFC would cement his legacy forever. Okay? So, anyways, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments on that. If you guys agree with me or disagree, or what do you guys think? Do you think this is the right move for Pereira to do? I personally think so. But moving on, guys, let's switch gears here a little bit and let's talk about Wanderlei Silva. This, guys, in my video, I posted it. It was it's just so brutal to watch, right? I mean, Wanderlei Silva, this guy's known as the axe murder, okay? And he just got slapped with with a very, very lengthy suspension. And I mean, that insane disqualification brawl, guys. I mean, if you missed it, like, look, here's what went down. Silva made his pro boxing debut in São Paulo, Brazil. He got disqualified. Tensions boiled over, and it turned into a crazy, chaotic scene. And then, boom, a knockout that had the whole internet talking. I mean, it was wild. It crossed the line, and the commission decided that enough was enough, and they had to step in. And this is why it's so important, because Silva, Wanderlei Silva, he's a legend when it comes to the world of MMA. Pride PFC days, guys. Those soccer kicks, those stare downs. This guy is the axe murderer, fits his profile. He looks like a freaking axe murderer, guys. This dude is a walking highlight reel of violence and terror. He's the kind of guy that puts fear in other fighters. And what happens? He gets knocked out by a non-fighter. Just a lucky shot, if you want to call it, but he got busted up pretty badly. So, is he the unstoppable axe murderer anymore? I don't know. But the suspension is going to probably be the one that's probably going to shut the door on his fighting career for good. I don't see how Wanderlei comes back after this. I don't know if people want to watch him fight, honestly, like at least in a boxing fight, because there was a lot of times in the boxing fight he looked like he was still a mixed martial artist. I mean, he was doing illegal punches, illegal headbutts, illegal kicks. I think he might need a little bit more boxing training, maybe, or I don't know, maybe just old habits, and it just comes out when he starts fighting, right? I mean, that animalistic, just that whole fighter mentality, his MMA. He gets into that MMA zone, and then he loses sight of what he's supposed to do. I mean, a part of me thinks that this might actually be for the best. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I respect Wanderlei Silva to the fullest, okay, for what this guy's been able to accomplish in the ring with different, MMA type organizations. But when you get these kind of ugly endings, I mean, this was his kind of like his comeback kind of gig. And just in his boxing debut, already so much drama ensued. This is kind of tough to swallow, guys, and it doesn't look good for him. And I mean, hey, look, the world of combat sports is ever forgiving. If there's an opportunity to see this guy back, and if there's some big money being thrown around, then it probably is going to happen. We're probably going to see him back, right? But you want legends. You want to remember your legends, okay? You want to be able to remember them while they were in their prime, not for the chaos that ensues a lot of these guys outside of the ring or the octagon. I mean, look how much drama followed Mike Tyson and a lot of other boxers and wrestlers and MMA fighters. I mean, it comes with the territory, right? But now, look, a long suspension at Wanderlei's age right now basically says, that's it, guys. It's time to hang him up, right? So hopefully he has some good people in his corner. And look, he still has his health, and that's the most important thing. He doesn't want to risk it now by continuing to fight on and possibly risk some damage, right, to his health. And it's just not worth it. I mean, look, but hey, I can't speak on behalf of Wanderlei Silva. I can't speak on behalf of this camp. I don't know where his head is at. Obviously guys like this are stubborn, and they just never know when they say it's their last fight, but really they never really retire. You know what I mean? So anyways, a stubborn guy like him, he probably might come back for one last go. The question comes down to, should he? Right? So anyways, that's my take on that. I'll post the video here. So please check it out and tell me what your thoughts are. But both of these stories connect in a seriously weird way. You've got Pereira, a guy who's in his absolute prime, cool, calm as a cucumber, calm under pressure, and he's just every day just building a legacy for himself. And then you got Wanderlei Silva, a legend whose time might finally be over. And it's like seeing, honestly, two sides of the fight game. One guy stepping into greatness, who's got his whole career still ahead of him. The other kind of stepping back and potentially riding off into the sunset. And there's nothing wrong with that, Wanderlei. I'm speaking to you here as a fan, out of respect. I think you've done some incredible things in the world of MMA. There's nothing wrong with just saying, you know what? I gave it a shot. I came back. I think I'm just going to hang it up. And you know what? That doesn't mean it's... that doesn't mean that's it. You sit on a couch and watch the Golden Girls, or, no offense, the Golden Girls, but you don't just sit there with a remote in your hand and, like a tub of wings in the other. Although right now it sounds pretty good. Kind of hungry myself. But Wanderlei, you could come back and you could be a great coach. You could be training and mentoring a lot of the youth and a lot of these up-and-coming fighters. And, I mean, your expertise, your experience could be so advantageous and so legendary for these young guys. So you don't want to ruin that, and you don't want to ruin your health, potentially, and not even being to be in a position to be able to even do that, right? So that said, it just shows how fast the sport moves on. I mean, today's new king becomes tomorrow's old guard, right? So that's why fans love MMA so much. I mean, it's unpredictable, it's brutal, and it doesn't wait for anybody. So here's my question to you guys. Do you think Pereira should stay at light heavyweight and dominate there, or do you think he should roll the dice at heavyweight? Do you think he should give it a shot and jump up and give it a whirl? Now, what do you guys think of Wanderlei Silva? Do you think that the suspension should be the end of his career and any potential comebacks that he might be potentially working on, or do you want to see him fight one last time? Let me know in the comments, guys. I read all of them, and honestly, you guys always bring the best takes. Thank you so much. And look, that's my take, guys, but now it's your turn. Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button. Smash the like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this breakdown, then there's plenty more where it came from. We talk fight talk every day, guys. Appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys on the next one.